All right, so you're in the comfort zone, right? And yesterday was an awesome day, man. I have to first and foremost give shout out to Kofu Golf winning the U.S. Open. What a comeback! What a great comeback! That young lady, she is, I tell you, an awesome being, man, and God is doing a tremendous work in her life as well. I'm telling you, she's connected. She's connected to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So, Coco, we just want to give you all our, the best, and we do hope that you go from here and achieve tremendous things in the tennis arena. Congratulations again, and I do hope that you might be sleeping late this morning, all right, and just resting. And I tell you, I sat sat through, and then I was switching in and out because the match was very tense, especially in the first set. And so when she get into the second set, she started to make a comeback and get her serves in, and really settle down. I'm telling you, man, that young lady, tremendous. What an awesome young lady. She's focused on what is her future because God is in her life. And I want to just say shout out to our parents as well. You know, this is they're doing a great job in this life, and I'm telling you, especially the father. I just want to give him a shout out to doing standing as a man of integrity, and show forth in your daughter to society and to the public, and to show forth she is being an honest, very respected young lady, and she was definitely brought up the right way. I tell you, with the counseling and the guidance of God. And I just want to give you guys, congratulations again to Coco Gauff winning the U.S. Open yesterday, and we enjoy that match, man. And so you're in the technology corner this morning, and what I want to do today, because yesterday was Saturday, right? We didn't get into much yesterday because I was uh, I was busy with the family yesterday, and today, I just want to go through a couple of news that is out there. You might have seen already. Like Cummins is talking about be the next generation of power, right? At Cummins. I just want to bring you a little bit of that today. Data centers are reducing their NOx emission, and what they're talking about here. Let us get into it, right? So data centers. This is from Cummins Newsroom, Education and Thought Leadership. Data centers are reducing their NOx emission, right? And it says here that data centers play a vital role in everyday life by ensuring we have uninterrupted access to information. They are on the rise globally, and with that comes increased focus on the environment and air quality, right? And so, as the industry strive for sustainable operation and clean air, both carbon and nitrogen oxide, which is NOx, emissions are being reduced. Regulations are playing a major role in this shift, especially when it comes to NOx emission. And that is because we're looking at the environment, right? Pollution emissions from the vehicles on the road like trucks, heavy duty trucks, and so forth. They're coming back because Cummins they have the after treatment system that would reduce any sort of pollution in the environment. And so we're looking at this sort of nitrogen oxide reduction, right? And they said, where do NOx emissions come from for data centers? You might say, it's a data center. Where what is happening here? And so NOx emissions come from data centers primarily from the combustion processes of their boilers and backup generators, right? At the heart of a data center's power backup system, gensets play a critical role in maintaining a data center's smooth operation. However, when they burn fuel, whether it's diesel or hydro-treated vegetable oil, which is the HVO, right, or another fuel, NOx emissions are released, right? The combustion process in boilers used for climate control in data centers also produces NOx emissions. These systems provide necessary cooling to prevent overheating of equipment and heating during colder months. While these sources of NOx are part of key in data centers operation, the industry is implementing strategies to manage and reduce these emissions. All right, so this is a new some Cummins. Cummins also it's we're going we I just want to mention as well understanding NOx standards and regulation for data centers gensets. Data centers are becoming more sustainable by proactively reducing their carbon and NOx emission from gensets use. Data centers are getting ahead of some of the most stringent air permitting regulations, which may vary depending on their location. For instance, local authorities may impose stricter regulations for standby gensets than the Environmental Protection Agency, which is the EPA, and the European Union. In North America, the EPA has specific stationary engine designations, which determines the NOx emissions regulations a genset must comply with. For instance, standby or emergency generators are subject to Tier 2 emissions requirements. Standby gensets only run during power failures and regular site maintenance testing. For large data centers classified as major sources of NOx emissions, regulators can impose expensive monitoring requirements, with the ceiling of NOx emissions commonly set at 100 tons per year. There is also a growing number of air quality districts imposing lower limits on data centers. On the other hand, non emergency gensets must meet stricter tier 4 emissions requirements. These gensets run in place of or in addition to power from an electricity provider. A Tier 4 certified product also requires genset to shut down if after treatment system issues are sensed. All right, so Cummins is bringing it to you. So beyond North America, requirements may vary globally, although most regions have similar requirements to Tier 2 and Tier 4. The NOx calculation methodologies may differ. This makes it difficult to directly translate emissions performance between the different standards. When navigating NOx emissions compliance data centers, operators need to be mindful of a few values. For example, let us a few values. While genset manufacturers provide a nominal value of NOx emission based on lab testing, some regulations require specific NOx values derived from actual site conditions. To guarantee our compliance, it's important to consider data centers' unique operating environment and choose a genset that meets their requirements. So, for sure, Cummins they're providing this option, right? And they have the after treatment system, and you can go to the website and get some more data on the after treatment system. And I would like to give you some information about that as well. And so let us get into it. It said, how are data centers reducing NOx emission? By adopting low NOx engine technology, right? And we say, what options do data centers have to significantly decrease their NOx emissions? By adapting low NOx engine technology, engine designs have come a long way in terms of power density and fuel consumption. They now meet the stringent EPA Tier 2 requirements. However, as NOx emissions regulation have become stricter, manufacturers are developing low NOx emission solution. It is important to always consult the genset manufacturer, right, to best understand these options. By installing further exhaust after treatment systems, selective catalytic reduction systems can reduce NOx emission by 90% or more. This results in a Tier 4 compliant system that is integrated into the package generator set generator set system. Sorry. The process involves adding a reducing agent, typically ammonia based, to the exhaust stream. This reacts with the catalyst, converting the NOx into nitrogen and water, right? They are two harmless substances which are then released into the atmosphere. So this is what Cummins are doing for the environment, which I think is a very great um, uh, project. And I would wish that all diesel trucks and heavy duty trucks, equipments, and so forth that is on the road would get tied into the after treatment system, right? Because when everything is being converted, right, it just releases that sort of substance which is water, right? And so I do hope, because it just turned the NOx into nitrogen and water, which is that is harmless, as a harmless substances which are then released into the atmosphere, harmless to the atmosphere. All right, and these tier fours, they're coming out on rental generators as well. And Cummins are doing great thing in this sort of in with this technology. I would like to mention, because you have also um, emergency centers. I want to discuss that as well, because we, you have emergency centers, like hospitals and so forth, right? I think, right? I think that the hospital as well, right? They should have tier two, tier four system installed on their emergency generators, because it will do great for the environment. Also, that generator, when it starts up, right, and you have that sort of heavy emission smoke coming out of the exhaust system, that can greatly affect it can get indoors to especially emergency rooms and so forth, where you might be conducting operations, and you want a clean environment. And I think that all hospitals, right, that have those standby generators should tie their exhaust system to the after treatment system. So find it out more, engineers, in the fields, in different emergency centers. They should be looking towards getting after treatment system for the generator sets. The fumes, the smell and the fumes might get even up into your operational rooms and so forth, and can affect your patients as well. All right, so you were in the technology corner, and I'm just discussing with you some news from Cummins, and I know what a day, what an awesome day we in, and we're still chatting with the after treatment system. And so partners with Cummins, partner with Cummins Inch to continue reducing NOx emissions. And so you could go on the website. There's a lot of Cummins news, Cummins.com news, forward slash news forward slash 2023, and you can get all of your news about um, the after treatment system. So reducing NOx emission is essen- um, essential, or is essential, matter of fact, in the journey towards sustainable data center operations. And low NOx emissions, engines and technology, exhaust after treatments, options, and cleaner fuels can help data centers to continue reducing NOx emission and help the environment. And we really need to help the environment because of climate change. A lot of people, I gonna get into arguments with a lot of people. Some people just don't believe we are doing damage to our ozone layer, and when we burn these contaminant fuels, heavy fuel, into the atmosphere. Not only the environment we are destroying as well, but we are also destroying our lives, shortening our lifespan on the earth. And so it's important that we look into combating these sort of very dangerous emissions that are affecting our lives, affecting the environment. right? And you see that how the whole climate system is up and down and it's all over the place. It's not like a standard something that you can predict that rain will normally fall. Rain is fall in August. Rain gonna really fall in August. You know, May June is a time for heavy rain, and now that you're seeing a lot of things are turning around that the weather forecast is all over the place, and they're just looking to to rectify this sort of uncontrollable atmosphere that we're in today. More heat, as you were having like in the 90s days, the humidity, right? People cannot stay outside too long, right? So it's important that we start to look at what we are what we are emitting into the atmosphere, and we can reduce, the NOx, uh, those nitrogen, carbon monoxide, and those systems into the atmosphere. We can reduce by using the after treatment system. And I think that I'm not too certain, but in New York, I think that they um, the police department, the traffic the traffic department, they're looking into um, uh, containerized trucks and those heavy duty trucks, and I think all trucks on the road. But I'm still seeing. I'm driving around and I'm still seeing trucks that are not being um, not being they're not using the after treatment system. They still have their normal emission system, which is it's very bad to see. I think that all heavy duty trucks, every truck, every even cars as well, should tie in their system into the after treatment system. It's a very good system, right? And so we can have clean air, clean atmosphere, right? And we can live longer life, right? And without these sort of dangerous gases in the atmosphere affecting our health as well. And so that you're in the comfort zone, and we're just talking about the after treatment system by Cummins, and there are talking about this system which is very good for the environment, and they're also talking in Commons Newsroom Education and Thought Leadership. They're talking about cleaner energy solutions uncovered. So cleaner energy solutions uncovered, and I want to go through some of this as well. A more sustainable world is one with lower emissions, which is yes, we really need that by lowering greenhouse gases, right, which we will call GHGS, um, like dioxide, right? Carbon dioxide, which is the CO2, and the methane, which is the CH4, which contribute to climate change, and oxides of nitrogen, which is the NOx, right, which contribute to ozone depletion, and particulate matter, right, which impacts air quality. We can improve the resiliency of our lives. We can, this is very important that we look into this, because an environment with dangerous air quality is not good for our health as human health as well, and all should be on board with this sort of uh, project, that we are looking to reduce greenhouse gases, right? Like carbon dioxide and methane fuel. And so it's important that we look into these things because it which contribute to this is contributing heavily to climate change, and oxides of nitrogen as well, which is the NOx, which contribute to the ozone depletion, and particulate matter, which impacts air quality. And so we can improve and the resiliency of our lives um, by reducing these sort of dangerous gases in the environment and in the atmosphere. Decarbonizing with renewable energy and adapting cleaner technologies can make an immediate positive impact, right? So decarbonizing and with renewable energy, I see a lot of I'm walking and I'm driving around, matter of fact, around New York City, and we've seen a lot of people are going for the solar panels, which are good. I would like to like to see a lot of people start installing those panels on your rooftop, and so that you can be a contributor to climate, a better air quality, a better climate conditions, right? A part to zero emissions has been made possible by innovation in the areas of advanced internal combustion engines, which is the ICES, the ICE battery hybrids, fuel cell system, and battery electric system. So let's dive into some of the solutions that will best shape your emission journey to a greener future. And so we're talking here, and bringing this sort of newsletter from Cummins. They are in the. I think they already started. They already started the process. There's a lot of catalyst system on our on our Cummins engines, and I know I'm seeing a lot of them coming out with the catalytic converter, and they are contributing to the reduction of carbon and nitrogen, or oxides of nitrogen, or NOx, that can cause damage to the ozone layer. And it's very important. And so, advanced internal combustion engines, they have advanced uh, internal combustion engines, which is the IC or ICE. We would call for short internal combustion engine, which is ICE. Systems are a low capital and maintenance cost solution for high load factor and high utilization applications, right? Advanced ICE systems, which is the in combustion engine systems, can be powered by low to zero carbon fuels such as hydrogen, right? An increasingly popular energy carrier, hydrogen can be readily produced from water, which is the HO2, which is the H2O, via electrolysis using electricity, and it burns without releasing any carbon dioxide emissions. And so this is something important, right, that we need to look into, right? We need to look into this this solution, the advanced ice system, right? And we're talking here about hydrogen can be readily produced from which is the H2O, which is water, via electrolysis, and we're using electricity here. All right, and I know there's a lot of I know on the last tech corner we were talking about Texas is imposing a fee on electric vehicles, and I think that is really a slap in the face, and I think they should really look into this sort of fee $200 a year just because you have an electric vehicle. And I think it's something that is because look at this, right? Because if we the we paying electrical bill, we paying our energy bills at home as well, right? We paying taxes. We're about to purchase an electric vehicle, right? To combat any sort of damage to the ozone layer to protect the environment, and I think that should be a plus. So I do hope that the Texas legislatures would go back to the table and excuse me and struck down this sort of deal. This $200 per year. It's not because I am not going to the diesel pump anymore, right? So the diesel pumps, they have a certain tax on it for road maintenance, and the reason for the road maintenance because you can have oil spillage and all of that, and you can damage the surface of the road in that instance, like for example you had an accident, god forbid, and the spillage of oil and fuel on the road that can cause serious erosion, right, of the surface. And so I think at that point there, insurances that are, your vehicle is being insured, and they should be able to stand the cost of the damage on the roads. When someone get into an accident, they should have some sort of payment from the person who got into the accident, payment to the government pertaining to any sort of damage signs. Um, you had contaminants like you had these dangerous fuel, oil, whatever, oil spill, and so forth on the road, and then you have to do a cleanup. The insurance should pay for that, right? The two vehicles that get into the accident, they should able to they cover if the person don't have insurance. Then something gotta somebody gotta pay, um, either out of their own pocket because they get into the accident. Especially if depending on the person who is wrong, right? So either you have insurance, the insurance pay for the damages on the road, right? It's just like with the with the electric vehicles, if they have an accident with the electric vehicles, the batteries got hit and then they spill their acids on the road, then likewise insurance gotta pay for that, right? That should be a time where the insurance will have to pay out to the government some sort of fee or some cost, right, for the damages that can cause on the road. And so that is the thing. Maintenance, uh, a lot of people are paying taxes. I don't understand of people saying that these electric cars, you going to purchase an electric car and you stop paying taxes for critical repairs on the road. I don't understand that. I just don't understand that because the electric vehicles they have stations that they plug it into as well to get their vehicle charged. Why not put a fee on that? A small tax, something, you know, instead of putting $200. $200. All right. And so you're in the comfort zone and you're in technology corner. And I'm looking at the renewable energy this project with Cummins their Cummins newsroom. They're talking about, right, also the advanced internal combustion engines, which for short is ICE, and we're talking about low zero carbon fuels such as hydrogen, which is the H2, right? An increasingly popular energy carrier. Hydrogen can be readily produced from water via electrolysis using electricity, and it burns without releasing any carbon dioxide emissions, right? And so advanced ICE engines, when combined with low or zero carbon fuel, can reduce carbon quickly with significant operational benefits as they have a uh, familiar technology company with robust service and maintenance infrastructure and supply chains. All right, and so I would like to so we were discussing here cleaner energy solutions uncovered by Cummins, right? Cummins Power Generation. This is the Cummins News Education and Thought Leadership, right? And I think I had just want to, touch base on that, which is the data centers are reducing their NOx emissions as well, generators and power systems. So for Cummins. All right, and so Cummins are doing a great thing for the environment, and I do hope that they continue to do the great work. And so this news was published in August the 11th, 2023 by Cummins Incorporated, global power technology leader. All right, and so you're in the comfort zone, and I know you're stepping out again for another week of work, right? And I do hope that you have yourself set and you're ready to go again. You had a great weekend with your family. I do hope that indeed, because some people like me sometimes will have to work on the weekend and you don't really get that sort of time with a family. But it's very important that we as engineers and field engineers get some time with our family because it's the most important part of our lives. It's the reason why we work and trying to put money on, trying to put food on our tables. And likewise, we have to have that time with our family and that sort of connection with our loved ones. Okay. And so you were in the comfort zone and you were listening to um, the Technology Corner newsroom, and we were bringing to you. I spoke about after treatment system, reducing carbon, um, carbon dioxide in the air, and so forth. So, I do hope that you enjoy this program. Give me a thumbs up as you go out and. For the day, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Right? So remember that we're still talking about safety every time you go to a job site. Remember to conduct your job site analysis report before you commence any job. All right. And so God bless you. I do hope you enjoy the rest of the day. All right.